All right, so let's do some intel because this is really, really exciting. When the Taliban, we'll go all over the place. I know you can follow me. When the Taliban captured the governor's residence and the assistant governor, they actually found kilo gold blocks, gold ingots, stored up and hidden. And I don't know how many, but there were many. And they also found large quantities of cash. And what happened was that the Taliban got in so quickly that the two people couldn't get out fast enough. We know that the senior guy got out in a helicopter and all the rest of it. And I'm told that he got away with quite a lot of gold and cash. And Trump's been quite clear and has called this guy who was leading Afghanistan a corrupt politician. So it appears that these two guys had stashes of gold sitting in their house, which is okay. I know people might put their money in gold and they put their money in silver. That's absolutely fine, but not if it's at the expense of the people. You know, if you've got to have very separate rules between what you do as a politician, the taxpayers' money, the people's money, and what you do as an individual, your own personal, private money. And so it's incredibly suspicious that these people would flee the country and leave vast quantities of gold and cash behind. And the Taliban have shown that, and I'm no doubt that that's true. Now, I don't know much about the Taliban, but I do know that they torched the opium fields to prevent the CIA obtaining vast amounts of drugs to make money. I do know that the Taliban have executed a number of people left in Kabul and around who were agents for the deep state, and the American military refused them entry onto United States planes. These actors, these bad actors, were trying, as American citizens, were trying to get on an airplane out to get to the US, and the troops, when they were checking all these names, they were just saying, no, we're not taking you. And they, I understand, have been executed by the Taliban. And these people were deep state actors. Now, I'm sure that innocent people have died, and I'm not for 1 minute going to pretend otherwise. But what I'm saying to you is it's a vastly more complex situation that is unraveling in Afghanistan. And it's frankly quite ludicrous for people to blame President Trump for what's occurring. Had President Trump been in office, there would certainly have been a troop withdrawal, probably over 3 months, probably Trump sitting around the table with these guys doing a deal. And I'm absolutely sure that had Trump been in office, the deal that he would have arranged would be that women would still be allowed to be lecturers and doctors and teachers. Women could still do this and do that. But because of the chaotic way that the Biden administration, or those around the Biden character, attempted to try to create a negotiation, the heart fell out of the Afghani army because they suddenly realized that the Biden White House was absolutely useless and had no ability to project its might or its power. When Trump was in office, he was able to project the power of the United States. And so when the Taliban realized that the Biden character had absolutely no effect whatsoever, they just charged in, and the Afghani army realized they were not going to get any political assistance from the United States. And so they just thought, well, to hell with it. And they just threw their guns down and they went and did the day job. And so, of course, the Taliban have got quite a huge amount of equipment, which actually will change the balance of power in that region. The amount of small arms, the amount of equipment there is phenomenal. And it's actually more serious than when the Shah of Iran, I think it was 1979, when the Shah of Iran was overthrown, and the fundamental group took over. America had just done a deal with the Shah, and a number of F-14 Tomcats, jet fighters, I think originated on an aircraft carrier, and then they made them land-based, but very advanced at the time with the Phoenix missiles had been delivered. But these aircraft were so technologically advanced that in a very short period of time they broke down. With no spares coming from America, they became an ineffective force. So this is more serious because the equipment that the country has, very low tech, relatively speaking, probably will last 10 years. And so it's a serious alteration to the balance of power simply because the Biden team did not negotiate a proper deal. Also because the Afghani government appears to be horrendously corrupt. We're just stealing off the people. This is what we see time and time again, so nothing new there. So just to be clear, that's a much more complicated news story than CNN or the BBC are portraying.